Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And this time we are with Champions League. We're gonna talk about Champions League because, of course, after a long time, I'll be talking about the Champions League. But yeah, we are here. So let's just get straight into it. We have to talk first about Atletico Madrid, our own team. Okay, so Atletico Madrid have now won 10 matches in a row. That's a pretty insane stat, and this is the reason why we have gotten back into this La Liga title race, and of course we have put ourselves in a pretty comfortable position in terms of Champions League's point table. Like we are at the 10th position. We have out of the 6 matches we have played, we have won 4 and we have lost 2 matches. So yeah, we have 11th position, like kind of tied at ninth with Dortmund, Bayern, and of course. But yeah, but I mean, it's the goal difference gonna matter here, and it's pretty important for us to win. 2 more matches. Why? Because we are at 11th, so we would like to get into the top 8 positions so that we get straight into the round of 16s. And this match, I mean, Slovan Bratislava. To be honest, out of the past 10 matches which we have played, I would say this was not definitely not one of the most convincing performances. It was good, but not that great, according to me. I mean, we kind of played haram ball basically, and yeah, man. And Julian Alvarez, like his goal was a pretty world class finish. It was great to see, and I mean, it's amazing, man. In these past 10 matches, the way he has picked up his form, it's pretty insane. And of course, Griezmann has been scoring lately a lot of goals, and I can see the kind of like he's having a ball, man. He's enjoying every single moment of scoring, and you could see why he loves to score more goals. Like initially in the season, he was more into like getting more into that playmaking number 10 esque role, though he definitely demanded a lot more forward going role. And given his age, he's not as nimble as he used to be. But yeah, man, but he still enjoys scoring goals, and of course, man, like his class is something like, of course we all know that he's a world class player and he's a great man, and I want him to win a major trophy with Atletico in this season. From major, I mean, whether it's Champions League or La Liga, I don't care. I want to win at least one of these two trophy for Griezmann only. And yeah, and this match, to be honest, personally, as I said, like it was not definitely best, but he had a more quality squad. And in the past last 15 minutes, like Simeone, I've observed this thing with Atletico. Simeone, when he does one or two changes in terms of substitution, at that point of time the team gels in pretty nicely. But when it's suddenly a lot of like 4 or 5 changes like he did in this match, it things just stop, like it doesn't click as much as it was initially, with the original lineup which was playing in that particular game. Like in the case in this one, like where the moment you had Gallagher, Sorloth, and 2 3 more players, like I think Korea was there also. I'm not sure, I don't remember that much well. But when they all came, like okay, yes, okay also came. When they came, it wasn't really clicking that much, and during that time Slovan Bratislava was getting some chances, and it was getting quite kind of bit heartbeat, like it was raising our heartbeat bit, like specifically mine when I was watching that. But yes, see, I personally wanted Sorloth to play this match more than Griezmann, to be honest, because I wanted like him to score, like between these two matches against Sparta Prague and Slovan Bratislava, I wanted him to score at least one goal, like at least 2 3 goals. I mean, he should have scored a hat trick in any one of these two games. It would have been really important for his confidence, but it didn't happen. I mean, he did play pretty decent in Sparta Prague against, even though he couldn't score. But yeah, but I also get it why Simeone decided to go with a strong lineup in this match as well, because of the two heavy defeats which we got in Champions League. So, and the position at which we are in the points table, it's pretty obvious that in top, and there's high chances, of course, because there are high chances that we'll have like our position in the top 8 would be determined by the goal difference. There's pretty high chances, so it's pretty important for us to win the matches which are left with as big of a margin as which we can. So yeah, now let's just talk about other matches. Oh man, I have to talk about Man City. In the past 10 matches, Man City has just won a single match, and they have drawn 2 matches and they have lost 7 matches. You don't see that Manchester City doing this pretty consistently, because that's not what it is. I mean, they have left this kind of thing way decades, like they have left this 15 20 years ago, like before they were being acquired by the oil money. But I mean, this Pep Guardiola side is pretty struggling, and it's like a lot of the players are pretty much, they look like done. Specifically Kyle Walker, the guy's done. I mean, it won't be surprising like if they let go of him in January transfer window to literally any team with for any price. I mean, had like he's playing that bad, and KDB, and of course, when KDB looks like he's not definitely at his peak. Of course, like in previous season, he was still playing great, but in this season, like pressure has increased on him, and it's definitely not looking the way it used to be. Same goes for Haaland. Like he hasn't been the same clinical player he was even in the start of the season. I don't know what has happened. Like it's pretty clear that the shoulder of the whole team has dropped. Like Juventus again, like when that, if you talk about this match against Juventus, which they lost 2-0, that header of Vlahovic, like it could have been saved, and in any other day for Ederson, given the given the stage, given the Man City standards, the standards at which they play, it should have been saved, but not in this case, man. I think it was a little bit of hurry, like it was a blunder from little bit of blunder from like Ederson, but it was a pretty good header from Vlahovic. I'm kind of glad Juventus won this match, but yeah, it is what it is. And Phil Foden hasn't stepped up. I mean, during this tough time, this is the reason why people didn't highly rate Phil Foden even after being the player of this season of Premier League in the previous season, because of the fact that during that time every single player was doing great, and he was just in a way riding that boat of Manchester City. But in this season, in the moment like all other players have suddenly dropped, Kyle Walker is finished. Kyle Walker is finished. Ederson not looking good. Like Haaland is having some problems in terms of like finishing his chances, and there is no Julian Alvarez. I'm so glad as an Atleti fan we bought him. So in like the goal burden, like they aren't able to score a lot of goals since Haaland, as I said, is not clinical. Like players like Guardiola are not at their best. Like they aren't really at as confident as they were at the start of the season or probably in the previous season. And I have to say, man, like they have, of course they have no Rodri, so because of that, the stability which they had in the midfield isn't there. And yeah, man, they're gonna be a huge exodus in this January transfer window. I can see that coming for Manchester City. And after Manchester City, let's just like Barcelona won their match against Dortmund. I think I'd say Barcelona was a bit lucky. Dortmund didn't bury their chances because like they won the match 2-3, but Dortmund could have easily scored 4-5 goals. So yeah, that is. And Real Madrid won their match against Atlanta. It was a pretty important win for them. Any other result than win, it would have been crisis for Real Madrid. I can see that. They would have been at 7 points at max if it was a draw. So like they would be near that 24-25 margin where PSG is, because PSG is also not at they are going through a huge crisis, but it has to also do a lot with the kind of tough fixtures they have, and they still have a Man City match against Man City left, even though Man City are at the best. AC Milan won, Feyenoord won. Oh man, let's just talk about Feyenoord, man. They have a player called Santiago Jimenez, whom I really like, and I personally want, like, if we were to look for another forward, I think he's the one we should go. But we have Sorloth currently, and I don't see us leaving. If like Sorloth, I don't see us leaving Sorloth in basic at least for like 1 or 2 year more. I think he'll gonna stay there for at least 2 seasons. That is the next season as well. But if in between this time nobody goes for Jimenez, which I think would be kind of surprising given the fact he's been kind of consistently performing in Eredivisie, though he hasn't literally killed it like the way Gyökeres has done it in like Portuguese league and of course in Champions League, because Gyökeres has been at another level. But if he does that, of course he'll be in the limelight. Then it'll be tough for us. His asking price for him would go up for Feyenoord. But if it isn't the case, but he is consistent, then I think he'll be a pretty decent like shout for us. Scout. And but it'll be tough to deal with Feyenoord given the fact I think like we would be going for David Hanko probably in January. This the transfer window which is coming, or the transfer window of the summer transfer window. Though it will be difficult given the fact in the like previous window, like of course the window which we got 4 players or 5 players, it wasn't really that great to be honest. Like our dealing with Feyenoord, and they were kind of left frustrated. Hanko, on the other hand, wanted to play for us. He was open to playing for us, but yeah, we didn't deal with him pretty nicely. And of course, we had actually, you know, like we had actually, spilled a lot of money because we had gotten Alvarez, and of course Gallagher was also not that, like, he was also for around 40 million euro. Same was Sorloth was around 37 million euros, and then you had Lenormand also around for 35 million euros. Then of course then you had Alvarez, who including all the deferred wages and everything, like all the incentives, was 95 million. So the amount of money which we spent was hell of a lot. So it became difficult for us to get Hanko. But if we are able to raise 35 million or so, we could easily get Hanko. Maybe since we aren't playing him, why not just let swap deal with Thomas Lemar and around like 25 million or so, and Thomas Lemar for the sake of Hanko. Maybe Feyenoord may get like that deal. Let's hope what happens. But yeah, let's just don't get distracted. Liverpool, 6 matches, 6 win, pretty insane team. Like probably my favorite team alongside Atletico as well, because I want Liverpool to do great. Arsenal is also doing pretty great. They are third at the league table in Champions League. So yeah, great for them as well. They won the match against, like, they won the match, and they won the match 3-0. Saka would have almost gotten a hat trick if it weren't Kai Havertz's leg. The greatest striker of all time, Kai Havertz. And yeah, man. And like all the other results were kind of predictable, to be honest. But yeah, good for the teams which won. And of course, this season, this Champions League format has been entertaining as hell. Ah man, we all are having some good time with some quality matches, and that's all, man. That's fun. So yeah, thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you like this video. Like, share, comment your thoughts about this Champions League new format, and yeah, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching till the end, and goodbye.